Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. And if you threw a party, I invited everyone. That's the theme tune to the Golden Girls. This is me, Russel Brand. This is him, Matt Morgan.
Never heard that in my life.
Poet laureate of the show. Why don't you know the Golden Girls? B. Arthur as one of them. And then there's the old lady that was Sylvester Stallone. Stop! Or my mum will shoot. That old lady. Sylvester Stallone. This is the Russel Brand podcast. Welcome to the early 80s. Matt Morgan's here, poet laureate of the show. Mr. G will be summarising this madness in good time. It's a podcast that's out on XFM of a Sunday evening, but it's fast capturing the nation's imagination.
And heart.
Of perhaps the entire planet in the way that no broadcasting has ever done, except for maybe that time Orson Welles done that thing where he pretended aliens had come.
Yeah.
Remember that? It's a bit like that. So, and it's probably because of great items like these.
You're listening to the Russel Brand podcast, and now it's time to belly bounce! Belly bounce! Belly bounce! Belly bounce! Belly bounce! Ling long ling! Belly bounce! Belly bounce! Belly bounce!
Belly bounce is very much, even though Matt and I have pushed our own items on the podcast, and God, we've pushed them hard. Telephone neighbours, an item that Matt plagiarised from Belgium. Has it really, though, Matt? Has it paid off?
Do you want to hear how it's paid off?
You can tell me how it's paid off if you want, but I don't think there's any way it can match up to the fame game Ding Dong Who's That knocking at your door, where you imagine a famous person, how famous are they really? Would you recognise them if they was at your door in a gas man's outfit or something like that? But tell me, what is your telephone neighbours item done?
Let me play you this.
Is someone playing telephone? Oh, God.
Yeah. Listen to this.
Oh, hello there, mate. Sorry to bother you. You don't know me. My name's Danny. I'm your telephone neighbour.
All right.
I just thought I'd call and check everything's all right if you need anything at all.
Say again,
I'm your telephone neighbour.
Telephone neighbour?
If you're not actually strictly my neighbour. There's one between us. If you add one to your telephone number, then that's your telephone neighbour.
Okay.
And the one in between us was actually unavailable, so you're the next one. So I just thought I'd call in and check everything's all right, and if you need anything at all.
I don't need anything now.
Okay. Well, it's nice to meet you anyway. I'm always here if you need me.
Okay.
Take care, mate. Bye.
Yeah, bringing the nation together.
That is the inaugural success of Telephone Neighbours.
It's first of many, baby.
That man Danny there, that is like the first test tube baby in many respects, or a moon landing. He has successfully done what many have failed to do. Telephone Neighbours. He has called someone, recorded them, possibly evidently without their permission.
Yeah.
And proved that telephone neighbours or next door but ones can work as an item. All you have to do to participate in this game is add one or possibly two to your own telephone number, call it, tell the person why you're doing it, just to check out they're okay, just to form bonds of brotherhood.
Record it and send them in their hundreds and thousands.
But by God, I doubt you'll even then be able to compete with Ding Dong Who's That knocking on your door, the fame game, because people all over the world are so into it, it bloody well hurts. Like, hold on, what's this? No one's mentioned it. But, I mean, it's still a good game. All right, would you recognise Denzel Washington at your door, but, you know...
Brilliant. Okay. So, should we move on?
This person here says... Look,
I've got an email here.
This is from someone called Mary. The beautiful people of the Matt Morgan Appreciation Society, those poor saps, on Facebook said they would support me if I were to walk down Camden High Street saying, belly bounce! They would then shout back, ling long ling, because you have to. But tonight I found myself slightly worse for wear, walking down the high street, slurring belly ounce, and not one person replied with ling long ling. I feel you need more marketing. How about, and then they mention a website which I don't believe has paid for any marketing this week, so the name will not be said. What about...
Yeah, can I read out this email?
Sure. Is it to do with this then?
Yes, it's to do with this in terms of the podcast and you.
Go on then.
Email from what? Cut that bit out.
You idiot. You can't... I mean,
That's
just
what's
read
written here.
something
I'm
from a
reading,
paper.
and it says email from. Okay?
All right.
And that's going to throw a stupid person. We've had our first complaint. Right, you ever had a complaint before, Russ?
Not that I can recall, Matt. It's been pretty plain sailing in broadcast for me so far.
Which was sent from someone in HR to the boss at XFM where we record the podcast.
What happened?
Right?
Who's done something? Is it
Well,
G?
We've got a bed for this.
Is it G being... What's he done? Is it you?
No, listen. Dear person who is in charge of the show, earlier today I went to use the toilet on the second floor by your studios. The door was unlocked. And as I pushed it open, I was surprised to find it occupied. I was greeted by a tall man who I now know to be Russel Brand, standing up with his trousers round his ankles, going to the toilet. When I apologised, you didn't need to, he tried to do his best to diffuse my embarrassment by saying, "Don't worry, it could happen to anyone," and then proceeded to wink at me. I hope that's not a typo. Could someone please point out to Mr. Brand or one of his burly entourage, thank you, that the toilet has a lock on it for a reason. Please use it! How do you plead?
Guilty as charged, baby!
Do you remember it?
Yeah. It was a geezer, wasn't it?
Well, it's, yeah, the men's toilets, I'd hope so. Unless it's one of your past conquests.
Is this a competition winner? Look, all that happened was I was going to the toilet and I was typing something after I'd finished win, and my trousers weren't round my ankles. And then someone come round the door and and he goes, "Oh, sorry." And I went, "That's all right. I should have locked the door."
So hang on, you're doing a wee, but your trousers weren't round your ankles. 'Cause
That's a
why would
lie.
that be? But you were on your phone
Yeah, I forgot. I got
Texting.
sidetracked. I was into the phone now.
with your willy out, standing there
I
with the
hadn't
door
put
unlocked.
the willy away. Yeah, the willy was out.
Put it away like a farmer reeling in his net. Oh, to wheel this back in. Oh, here we go. I hadn't got round to putting it away yet. Always takes a few hours. I don't think farmers have nets, but
Chores.
you know what I mean.
Farmer putting away his net. You don't know much about agriculture.
I
you.
do.
Yeah,
You
I
catch
do.
fish on the field.
Oh, good catch of filled fish today, was it, Joe? Oh, I'd say it was. Time put your
Anyway,
prick
you're
away.
changing the subject with
I'm
this
not
farmer
changing the
nonsense.
subject.
You do stand-up wee-wees, which is a great
Why not?
development because you used to do them sitting down, with your phone out and the door unlocked.
What's wrong with that?
Did you mean to have the door
I
unlocked?
thought it was a toilet, like, you know, I didn't know that it was one you had to seal off behind you. I thought it was a communal lavatory.
Well,
When I went in there, I'm not going to turn back.
oh, I know what you mean, yeah, because there's a urinal
Yeah.
in a room and you have to lock the door to that
and a more
room.
conventional toilet. Like, what do you do in
Right.
that situation?
Yeah, because locking the door is selfish, because what if someone needs to use the actual toilet? So in a way,
This guy is a capitalist individualist, whereas I'm a person that's, hey, we're a community. We can stand together, by Jove, we can pee together. Come on in, sit down, stand up.
fight.
Come on.
Stop moaning.
Let's do some docking, let's do some rocking. Come on
Docking.
in.
Did anyone
The
ever
water's
dock?
fine, it's lukewarm, and it's bright yellow. Maybe. I said to a person when I got a bunch of flowers the other day, put them down the toilet. Like, it's a resource of water until we find a vase.
What,
And the
head
person
first?
said, that's what a mentally ill person would say.
Well, hang on, you got some flowers, right?
And, like, there was no vase available. I said, put them down the toilet.
I suppose if the toilet's flushed, it's fairly clean.
Unless you've got one of those bleach things,
Oh, that'll kill them.
which I would never do.
But it's all right to put them in there for a while.
Just
But
pop them down there.
did you mean leave them there?
Not forever, because, you know, then you'd be defecating on flowers, and that's like a very punk thing to do. Shitting on lilies. Shitting on lilies! It's just so I didn't do that. Anyway, that person, look, come to me directly with your complaints.
No,
Don't
come
use
to me.
H&R.
And I can use them.
Yeah, Matt, get our Matt.
Any other
our Matt,
sightings?
the Osama bin Laden. On the movie that I've done in Morocco, provide some Moroccan atmosphere, Matthew. Morocco, city of spices, country of spices, silks, flavours, little monkeys.
Flavels? What are flavels?
Flavours, but said wrong. Hold on a minute. Oh, shit, what was I saying?
You were in Morocco.
Yeah, that's why we've got this atmosphere, but I was starting to make a particular point.
Oh, you've lost your point, so let me make one.
Osama bin Laden.
Oh.
On the film, they call him OBL.
Yeah, OBL.
Does everyone know that?
Yeah.
OBL? Yeah. Like he's got a nickname, like he's in a band.
OBL, that was what it, yeah, he was like, that was the name that the military used for him.
In a way, OBL turned down a life of riches to pursue a dream. What do you mean?
He was from one of a very rich
His family
oil,
of billionaires.
friends with the Bushes.
Friends with the
I mean,
Bushes.
say what you will, but they should have
Yeah.
called him O-Behave. Oh, behave. To undermine him.
Why? I will not behave. How dare you, Frankie Howard me? I'm a man with mission. And there he was. So
There he was.
And then he was prepared to give up those billions and go and live either in a cave or a compound as required.
Yeah.
So this is my new item, OBL. What a great guy. And that's the end of my short-lived return to Hollywood.
Talking of Morocco,
Yep.
on the piece of paper here is a very, well, something that we often see with Russell.
What is it?
The hotel moving room.
I
What
just
was wrong with the room?
Why wasn't it bigger?
Really? Come on, you just said Osama bin Laden went and lived in a cave.
Yeah.
And you've moved hotel rooms because it wasn't big enough.
When I'm in an ashram or something like that, I can, or if I'm in a squat, helping the people of the Sweets Way Estate confront up to authority, I can doss down anywhere. But if there's, this is me though, if there's, justice must be done. If there are good rooms, give me good rooms. That's all. I can doss down with the best of them and the rest of them. What else is on your list? But like, I just think,
I mean, that is interesting that you still do that. But I know what you mean, like, because if you think, well, if someone else has got a big room,
yeah.
did you find out that...
In a way, that's what revolution is fueled by for me. It's like, look, if things can be better, make them better. Stop mugging everyone off.
Come off it, trying to
is.
equate moving to a better hotel room with revolution.
It's the same energy. It's the same energy. I'm using the fuel of my narcissism and egotism, which
Yeah.
is so vast, I think it can bring down governments.
But then, do you invite everyone else in the hotel into your room?
The women.
Yeah, no, Che Guevara would have asked for a bigger room.
Che Guevara was from a very rich background, and then he learned over time that it was all a bit pointless. I've done it the other way round, so there's a bit of a hangover, admittedly. I'm not claiming to be perfect, but God, I'm close.
What happened with he got booted out of a hotel because of wearing flip-flops?
They booted me. I went to this posh hotel called the Malmunia. It's a posh hotel. And then when I got there, I was a bit Jesused up. And then they sorry, sir, you can't come here dressed like that. Again, revolution. Just
What
bolted
happened
out.
then? You just went?
Well,
Well, that's good, because in the past you would have stormed in there.
Stormed in, upset some
You
people.
can't storm anywhere
I
in
did do a bit of
flip-flops, though.
storming in the airport.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, there was a hold-up at the, I don't know, immigration. I was leaving Morocco. And,
Right.
there's a lot of confounded floundering and sort of tomfoolery at the
Right.
thing as forms were being filled in, and we were going to miss our plane, so I just walked through without filling in the form. So the next person I came up to goes, "Has your passport been stamped?" And I went, "Nah." And they went, "Your passport must be stamped." I was like, "Well, you know." And I started putting my things through the security thing. And then the other person that I'd walked past came flustered, come out of their booth. "Hey, you're not had your things stamped." And I was like, "Well, you've taken ages, wouldn't you?"
See, that is
Again,
the sort. That's where we
revolution.
differ. Where I would queue up like a quiet little church mouse and wait for my thing to be stamped. That's what you
Not
should have
me,
done.
mate. I'm trying to bring stuff
Yeah,
down.
but you can't
Crack
do that in
on.
an airport because they're so you've got to follow the rules and
I know,
you've
they
got
just
to play the
use that as an
game.
excuse, don't they?
No, there's probably a good reason for it.
Cobblers. People are trying to keep honest people of Essex down, and we ain't standing for it. Vote UKIP!
So, anything else happen over there that we could use this bed for? Or should we just dump it? I mean, what have we got?
Go
here?
on, just say
Snake
something.
charmers.
Bloody snake charmers. They're not, for one thing, they're not charming.
No?
They're aggressive bastards
Well, they're-
trying to get you cough up money just to look at a snake that you can see anyway because it's there. Like, I'm already looking at a snake. I give them some money, and then it goes, "Give me some money for your wife." And I goes, "Well, firstly, I'm divorced. That woman's not my wife." But, and the cobras, they've pulled the teeth out of their head, I think, because I was having a good look at that cobra's mouth.
Cobra. Why'd you have to... It's not a revolution to say
Revolution,
things wrong.
change the way Cobra said.
Cobra.
Cobra. Ah, what's the point, going on? I won't do it. I won't
Yeah, no,
bloody
they-
do it, Cameron.
Of course they take the teeth out and the poison out, don't they? And that's what the whole point of
Get
it.
the poison out. Get the poison out.
Get the poison out, nursey.
I've got to get the poison out. There's poison.
What? What's going on?
Poison. I've got to get the poison out.
Right.
Yeah? Anything else went wrong in Morocco? Spice?
Coffee in the old marketplace. Something about a chameleon. Was that you?
That's
Not a
old.
social chameleon, obviously.
Oh, yeah, that was funny. When they dragged me back to be stamped, like, at the airport, the woman saw my job on the passport, profession. She went, comedian! Like,
Hang on, it
like-
says that on your passport. What? How old's your passport? Because I didn't think they do that anymore. Because mine doesn't say anything.
Well, that's because you ain't got a job. You're a bloody layabout. That's what it should say on
Where
there.
does it say it on
Near
the
do well.
photograph page?
Yeah, photograph page at the back. People are very sensitive about their passports. No one wants you looking at their passport, do they?
I don't mind.
Let's have a look at it then.
It's not here.
Very
I've got it with me.
convenient, Mr. Morgan. Very convenient indeed. Very
What,
convenient.
What do you mean people are guarded about their passport?
No one wants to show you. Right, go up to someone and say, give us a look at your passport. See what happens. They don't want to show you.
They think you're not an official. You can't just go up to a stranger and say it.
Why?
What the Nazis did. Send me your papers.
Show me your papers.
Yeah, what's wrong with people? They're all very guarded about their passports, aren't they? When I demand to see them.
Pig dog, show me your passport. Yeah, well, I say.
Oh, look, here.
Go on, what's wrong with that?
Nicola fainted and you were a nurse Hitler. What does that mean?
Nicola, who I work with, she, I don't know.
Swooned.
She had some sort of turn when we were out in Morocco after work down some sort of Kaz bar.
Probably trying to fake something to try and get a day off.
I know, I won't stand for that. So I nursed her back to health. Very good at first, but she went I was like,
Nursed him. Come on, Nicola, I need you. Goodness sake.
what am I supposed to eat if you're unconscious?
Fanning her with your script. Come on!
Wake up! Fuss over me! Fuss over me! No barrier between me and the world. This is not good. This is not good. No, even Nick Linnon, he'll tell you, I was great at first. I goes like, okay.
At first. Caveat.
At first, I goes, keep very calm. Keep very calm. No, and if you're starting, tell me what you're feeling. Describe the pain. Okay, I'm trying to put my finger into your bottom. No, it's like I was very clear.
That's
and
not helpful.
Organised the cab, got everything cool.
Well, what if you fainted? Why would you say?
She hadn't fainted. She had a turn.
Oh, right.
She looked like she might faint, but she never fainted.
What was it? Blood sugar? Something like that?
What are you? What are you, Dr. Chivago?
Yeah, I am a sort of doctor. I
You're
know
a
stuff.
hypochondriac. You're a moaner. That don't mean there's no medical knowledge involved. So we got her back to the hotel, and then I organised the doctor, of course. And then Nicola was doing, working class women. Oh no, I can't see a doctor. Oh no, it's all right. I goes, look, and it had gone into martyrdom. When people are like,
God, yeah. I know.
So I goes, look, shut up! I go, shut up! The doctor's coming. It's boring. And Nick goes, I think Nurse Hitler might already have organised the doctor, so we'll be coming, love. Right, like, but I just was sick of it. Look, people need a firm hand.
I actually do get a bit annoyed when people are ill.
It's annoying,
I can do about a day, and then I start to think, oh, come on.
Come on.
And when I say
dinner?
people, I mean my wife.
And everyone else as
Bless
well.
her.
Buck up!
Yeah.
Buck up, you lot! Get
So was she
better.
all right in the end, or did we ever get
sadly,
to the bottom of it?
No, she died. But the good news is, job available now. So, no malingerers, no layabouts. Thank you very much. No time wasters, please.
Oh, Vegas. Should we talk about Vegas?
Matthew, advertise Vegas if you must.
I
I'm
think
a
I must,
God-fearing
actually.
man.
I don't know if I'm in an advertise. Yes, Vegas. Okay. Oh, God. Vegas.
Go on, advertise
Vegas.com. Go
Sell
to
it to
Vegas.
me, baby.
All right, I will. Well,
Sell it me. Sell me Vegas.
Vegas, baby.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Go on then.
If you want to go to Vegas, and you do, then go to Vegas.com right now, click on the microphone in the top right corner, and enter my code BRAND to receive an extra 10% off
Are
everything.
you supposed to be being me now? 'Cause
Well,
I'd
I
be more
suppose I might as well
flamboyant.
be. All right, then.
Go
to Vegas.com right now. Click on the microphone. That's how you talk in my head.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Because actually,
Honestly.
I'm an award winner.
I know that. And it baffles me.
Russ, Matt, G Audio Boom.
If you want to get involved in the show, email your questions. Ding dong, who's that knocking at your door? Telephone neighbours, General Codswallop, anything you want to Russell and Matt at audioboom.com.
Russell and Matt are doing a podcast. You're listening to that right now.
Russell, says Michelle. Matt, she continues, listening to the Fame Game on your last podcast. A great item, by the way, Russell. It's said that. Reminded me of something that happened to me
This is a step backwards.
2001 that affected me greatly. I was working in Virgin, the record store, I presume, in Victoria Street. One lunchtime on my way to get a sandwich, I walked past some knob who thought he was Noel Gallagher. How do you know? I inwardly thought, what an idiot, dressing like Noel, even down to the identical shade. Then it dawned on me, it was Noel. I was an Oasis fan at the time. Butterflies filled my stomach. I turned back and excited to say hello. As I approached Noel, he looked at me, put his hand up as if to say, stop, and said, no, loudly in my face.
No.
No. No! You can imagine doing that, can't you?
Yeah.
No!
Maybe he said Noel.
No! Here.
Noel!
This is me, Noel Gallagher, turning into Jimmy Savile. No, I was mortified. I've never approached anyone, even vaguely well known again. Michelle Gilbertson, she leaves her phone number and that.
Oh.
That's out of
Noel's
order.
pretty good at
He's
containing
brutal.
that sort of
me,
stuff, isn't he?
I'm nice to people, aren't I?
Yeah. Have you ever
Christ-like.
said no to a...
Nothing. Yes is my answer. Except we must scotch this rumour. The Lauren Harries rumour must be scotched.
Yes. We're trying to get her on the phone,
We're trying to get
actually.
Lauren Harries on the phone to say, why do you keep saying that I had sex with you when you're one of the few people in this country that I actually haven't had sex with? What's going on? And if you want help selling your single, just ask. That's right, I always say ask. Probably because I'm from the ghetto. And I will help you.
Yeah, I know. Well, let's
Buy
help
Lauren
her.
Harris's record. But while listening to it, remember that is a person who I've not had sex with. But we don't want to bully her because it's a transgender person. I don't want to be accused of transphobia when I've done such good work, the transphobia community.
No, not the transphobia community.
Oh, no, I hate those guys. You transphobic bastards! Accept people for what they are!
Right.
And what's the other thing? Don't bully people, because if you are saying
Yeah, don't bully
had it
people.
off with someone and you didn't, then that's kind of crazy, isn't it?
Well, it's kind of bullying
Mind you,
you.
when I was a kid,
She's
I was always-
bullying you.
I'm being bullied.
Right, she's coming on next week's podcast. I've just seen that.
Belly bounce!
Ling long ling. No, look, Lauren Harris will be on the next podcast. That's huge, baby.
This is radio history. We are going to have
Not
this
even on the radio. Oh, actually, it is now. It's on
XFM of an
Sorry.
evening. We're going to have it out. Not literally.
What?
But we are going to have it out. You can't handle the truth, they said, didn't they? Well, can we? The truth is...
I just want to know the truth.
You're so out of order.
No, I do. I believe you. I've said that now. Right?
For the record, you believe
I
me.
believe you that
'Cause
you
I've been-
haven't had
always been
sex
very honest.
with Lauren Harris. I think heavy petting.
The only time I've ever been in a room with Lauren Harris is the time on Big Brother's Big Mouth. It was on the telly. Now, unless during that particular broadcast,
You'd be pretty clever, wouldn't you, to have sex with her secretly on the telly?
you would imagine that there would be some administration required. So to be able to do it during a live broadcast of a show, if anything, I should be applauded. But
Well,
not
do it.
remembering
Do-
it is
do it in the
unforgivable.
adverts. Do it in the
Do it in the ads. That's what I always say. To,
do you in the adverts?
oh, right up the adverts. Go on, off my star.
Can we talk about head transplants?
Sure,
Transplants?
mate. Sure. Do you know, sometimes I wish you'd have one. Sometimes I wish you'd have
Well, I
one. For a
wouldn't
kind person.
seem any different, would I? Apart from my body.
Oh, what, it'd still be your head? That's a body
Well,
transplant.
look, there's this terminally ill man, right? And he's having the first full head transplant. He's going to have his head, because his body doesn't work, but his head's fine.
His head's absolutely fine.
Well, more or less. I don't think... I mean, it might be paralysed as well, but how would you know? Well, I suppose he can talk. No, his head's fine.
Look,
Let's not
you've
get
got
bogged
such
down.
sketchy details of this case.
I've got all the details.
Right, now, there's a fella. He's got a head. Well,
Valery Spiridonov, his name is.
yeah.
That's a detail. He has a muscle
He better
wasting
not be trying to
disease.
get that on the NHS.
No, he's not. He's doing this.
Coming out,
in-
what is he? Some sort of immigrant coming over here trying to get an head transplant on the NHS?
He's just a head. Came
Get
over
him
on
in
a
his
ferry.
shoebox and back him off back to Mumbo Jumbo land. Coming over here, trying to get head transplant on my taxpayers' money. Right, I won't have it. Is he HIV positive? They come over here.
Okay.
Yeah, satire.
Satire about
On the new Chris
a British
Morris.
political situation our
Which-
American listeners might not know about.
Yeah,
and
this
wonder
is-
why you've started ranting about HIV.
I'm the number 2 political person now.
Okay, well, get your political brain around this.
Go on, baby. I'm
This bloke's got a muscle wasting disease, right? And he's going to have, with an Italian surgeon who sounds like a complete cowboy who's never done anything right in his life. It might be illegal to say that. But he's going to stick his head on a healthy body. The new body would come from a transplant donor who is brain dead but otherwise healthy.
fine.
Load of them around.
When are you available, Matthew? I mean, little jokes like that.
I don't think I'm otherwise healthy. Yeah, right. And the Dr. Canavero, who's doing it, right?
Hey, Dr. Canavero, I lop off your buds, I pop it on your shoulders.
He points to the fact that the first monkey head transplant was performed 45 years ago, and a basic operation on a mouse was carried out in China recently.
Did it
Critics
go
say
well?
no.
Where's the mouse?
They're all dead.
Of course they are. You can't
They
switch
limped on
heads.
for a few days and then died.
I refer you, Mr. Morgan, to Sir Wurzel Gummidge. A contemporary series in which a scarecrow used to have his head changed. Yeah, him.
All right.
Wurzel. Come on, the cake. He had all different heads.
He had different heads, but
Look
his
him on
body was made
YouTube.
of straw. This guy's made of blood and guts. Ben.
So, and Wurzel, it was complicated because if he put the wrong head on at the wrong time, Wurzel Gummidge was a scarecrow. He lived in the field, he come to life, and basically he was a pervert, wasn't he?
No, he wasn't.
Oh, well, he was well into trying to fuck Aunt Sally.
Well, no, that was romantic.
Was it, mate? He was well into her.
She was a wooden... No, she was a doll
She was a
who
shop
came to
mannequin.
life. Yeah, that was it, yeah.
She was a shop mannequin. He's a scarecrow, and yet, against
And there
the
was
odds,
someone called Saucy Linda or something who used to be the wooden thing on the front of a ship, who was played by, what's her name from EastEnders?
Oh, Wendy Richard.
No, Barbara Windsor.
For.
She played that and she was all like sassy.
And then
She'd
there's the Crow Man, and he was like God, wasn't he?
Yeah, he made Wurzel and he sort of gave him, hello, Mr. Gummidge. He spoke like that. And he made lots of different
Crow Man, don't fuck me up, will you?
Oh, Mr. Claw Man. It was like that.
Oh, yeah, come here and flash the
But he had
cake.
different
All right,
heads. He
tell
put
her.
them on and it was terrifying.
Sometimes
I
he was
watched
French.
it recently and it is, yeah.
You gave it to me as a very early present, actually. A very early in our friendship, you gave me Wurzel Gummidge videos.
Did I?
I was grateful.
I went dressed like this guy. And he really ran with it.
I could be like him.
Well, listen, this is a bit like Gummidge, right? This Italian doctor said there's much talk about where the human soul is located, yeah?
Yeah.
Get some of your spiritual stuff in here, Russ.
I love all this, yep, the soul.
And if it's ethical to do the heart transplants. But now doctors do it all the time and save people's lives, right? So
Yeah.
there's, I think, an interesting situation here where, like, someone like Lauren Harries, right? So you're transgendered,
Yep.
whatever the word is.
Transgender, yep.
Yeah, that's it. You could, if this works, right, then you could have your head put onto a woman's body.
Ooh.
Or when you're
I
really
wouldn't mind
old,
doing that.
like say Rupert Murdoch, who's old and rich, could
Yeah.
have his head put onto a young, healthy, like fit sort of bodybuilder's body
Zane
who's
Lowe.
died in a car
Not
crash or
Zayn
something.
Lowe, Zayn Malik.
Yeah, him.
He could.
I mean, he
Rupert
might not want
Murdoch
that to happen.
could put his own head on the lad Zayn Malik that's left One Direction.
Well, hang on, he'd have to kill him.
Murdoch's going to stop at nothing.
Right, okay,
That's
so
not
he
gonna
can
bother
do
Murdoch.
that. But I reckon
Look what we've done to the unions. What in? The print unions.
in a few years that'll be possible.
In a way, I'd like to see Rupert Murdoch head on a One Direction body because I'd like to think it would still jive around, even though Zayn is famous for being the non-dancing One Directioner.
Wait, what? How do you know all this stuff about
I know
One
a lot
Direction?
about One Direction. I know a lot
You
about
studied them. Well, listen,
I've
like
studied them to see what
in
makes them
40
tick.
years' time, you might have amassed so much wealth when you've overthrown the government and everything.
Yeah,
to have
but
your
I'll shed it
head
out.
stuck on a young body, and you could live for another 100 years.
I'd like to be on a Siamese twin body, and I'd get you put on
What?
the other. Hold up, you're going on the other one, and then I'd really better come down hard on you then. Come on, Matthew.
Oh God!
We're
imagine
going
that,
for a little
imagine
stroll.
that podcast.
Hell.
Don't you touch Robin Longfellow.
I'd-
Longfellow's for me to touch.
If I was well, we had one Willie.
We've got one Willie between us,
Christ.
and I'm in charge.
No,
You can
I
have the
can't be
bumhole.
a hypochondriac attached to the same Willie that you're using for sex addiction.
We're putting it in there. We're putting it in there. It's going over there.
Can't we have a night off?
No, spit
I
on
miss
it.
my wife.
Why don't you use your head to suck Longfellow?
Do you know what? If I was a Siamese twin with you,
Yeah.
I'd work out my arm and my leg until they were so strong that you couldn't compete physically. I'd drag you around like a little condom, like little limbs, like little limp condoms.
If I was a Siamese twin with you, well, I'd wait you doze off.
What? You draw a
I get-
moustache on me? I don't care.
I hope science advances enough that we can be on the same Siamese body. I would love it to live
I
out
don't think that's an
eternity.
advance in science, is it? To take two perfectly healthy people, stick their heads on a Siamese twin.
Science.
That's not
I
exactly
beg
walking
of
on the moon,
thee,
is it?
From my religious heart, to master this technology so me and Matt could be sewn onto one Siamese body and you work out all you like because you've got to sleep, baby. And when you sleep, that's when justice comes down like a dark crow of justice swooping down and pecking you.
Imagine being a Siamese twin with you. Hang on, this is.
I'd do all the
ridiculous.
work. You'd have a great time.
Yeah, but imagine fighting two Siamese twins who were stuck together actually fighting. It must have happened. A physical fight. Punch. Would you? I mean, where
You
does
could
it
just
hurt
punch
you?
yourself in the face and just go, that was for you. That
But I
one."
don't think you both feel it.
You just feel, I want to know how the neuro system,
I think it's different for each case.
where would we be joined? At the hip?
Yeah.
At the lip?
Yeah, well, the other way, sometimes they join at the head with, like...
I wouldn't like that, because then I'd have to be looking at you sideways constantly, which is how I look at you in real life.
No, we'd have a hand
Look at him
mirror.
now.
What are you up to?
What are you doing there, Matthew? Did you just sneeze? What the hell's going on?
If I sneeze, you'd say, bless you.
No way. That's my sneeze. You say bless you.
Oh, God. And it'll be... it's a great sitcom.
Can this thing you're on about, though, even be done? Critics say Dr. Canavero's plans are pure fantasy and compare him to Dr. Frankenstein. Why are they getting involved? This is pure fantasy, but he's the new Frankenstein. I love him. However, the Italian is confident he can transplant an head on nobody. There's much to talk about, blah, 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 soul. Get an audio clip of Dr. Canavero talking about pasta and bananas. Have you got one? Why does it say that?
I don't think it really makes sense, but he's sort of comparing it, the head transplant, to something about pasta and bananas. So, I mean, that's the level of medical
Look,
ability.
it's like pasta and bananas. You're not supposed to eat them together, but I made it now, so I bloody well eat it. I mean, what's his angle there? He sounds great, this Dr. Cannavaro.
I think they should try it. I think people should support them, so like help them,
Why
so
not?
it might actually work. Because if it does, it will change the world.
This is a real opportunity that Cannavero's got to start strapping things on. Hopefully, the natural end point is me and you, Matt, for perpetuity, smashed together on one body. Two hearts living in just one mind, like Phil Collins always used to say. And surely that's got to be the dream.
What are you doing on your phone?
Just getting on with my life, man. Ringing Noel. See if he wants to own up to why he's stopping people like a traffic cop and mucking them off. What, put it through the desk?
Yeah.
Don't be so square. We can hear him perfectly well. Here he is. Ring, ring. Ring, wrong, ring.
He always answers for me.
This will be him. Hello, leave a message. Oh, he's answered. No? No!
Hello, leave a message.
That's real you! I can tell it's real you. Are you alright, mate?
All right, mate. I'm
You're-
all right.
We're doing the podcast.
Clearly.
We've got an email here from a young lady who said that back in 2001, I don't know if you can remember that, Noel, just to remember, if you can remember the feeling of being relevant, it was then. Now, what happened is a person held their hand up. Apparently a person recognised you in the street and you held up your hand to them like a traffic cop and said, "No!" aggressively. Now, why are you treating people like that? I mean, I've launched into it with a link.
Yeah, well, what
Where are you? Where are you? Don't worry about it. You don't have to justify yourself to me. I'll always accept you.
I'm in a place called Fukuoka in Japan.
Are ya?
Wow.
Is that a real name?
Yeah.
What are you doing in Japan?
I'm on, it's on a weekend of break. I'm on a tour.
Going well, is it?
It's going pretty good, yeah. Not bad. Not bad.
We,
Better than your Japanese tour.
I'm still banned from Japan because some of us are cool.
Right, why are you banned from Japan?
Criminal record for drugs. I got there.
He's got a criminal record for
I've
that.
got one of those, but they let me in.
Hey, that's not fair. What the hell's going on? That was a lie. I went there, Noel, and they bounced me out. They belly bounced me right out of Japan. So what happened when you got there?
Well, I'm a VIP, you see, so they have to let me in because I'm good for the Japanese economy.
Ah.
Oh, am I not good for the Japanese economy? This is what a
No.
terrible way to learn. Got any?
Unless, of course, it's state-sponsored prostitution.
What a vindictive thing to say. What are you? Got any stories? Got any travel reports? Any culture clashes? Anything that you've learned?
Well, it's a very weird place. They're a persistent bunch, these Japanese. They do follow you everywhere, trying to get you to sign odd little bits of paper and CD covers and stuff like that. But it's a very weird place, and they do like to make a fuss. It's like Fusspot Farm. It's an odd place. It does get on your nerves a little bit, but it's all right as it goes. It's very nice weather.
Are they fussing over you?
night.
Are they fussing over you when you get back to your hotel? Like fussing over you and stuff?
They do make a fuss. They do make a fuss. They try to make everything is completely militarily operated. It's quite can be a pain in the arse. Even like going from one room to another takes about 14 people to do it with you. It's crazy, but it's going good. It's going good.
Do you
What about
miss
you?
me
What
and
are
Matt a
you
bit?
up
Do you miss us?
to? I miss Matt. Yeah, I do miss Matt. I do miss you too. I do miss you too. Yes, I do.
What about the last time we were
was
together?
Matt.
We had such a nice time. I've done very well with Donovan, didn't I?
Well, it didn't go unnoticed that you spent most of the evening hanging out with a 7-year-old, which says quite a lot about you, I think.
I like him.
Well, no, you don't. It's not that you like him. It's just that he laughs at your jokes, and he's the one person that thinks you're mildly amusing because he's 7.
And they're the only two people not drinking.
Yeah, we're the only people there not drunk. It was. Have you got him with you? You're on your own over there with high-flying birds?
I'm with. Yes, I'm with my band, but Donovan's not here now. Donovan is back home in London with his lovely mother.
Is it late there? Because you sound a bit bedraggled.
It is. It's the middle of the night.
Have you done a show?
No, I've had a travel day today. I did a show last night in Hiroshima.
Bloody hell.
Really?
What was the one review said? We thought things couldn't get any worse for Hiroshima. Then Noel Gallagher performed.
Yeah.
Blackest day in our history.
Is it still radioactive there, Noel?
Strange place. It's a weird place, but it was on. Somebody held up a big sign in the concert last night, like a big placard, and just said, "What colour underpants are you wearing?"
What do you say?
Well, I said, "I'm not wearing any underpants," and the crowd went silent, and there was a communal, like a couple of thousand Japanese people that went, "Oh,
Sexy. We enjoy banter.
That's like the Ewoks with C-3PO.
yeah, silly man. You know wear underpants on stage."
Are you a bit like Matt said that you're like C-3PO to the Ewoks? Do they worship you?
They do. They do. Yes, they do worship me over it. It's a funny old thing. I got a letter off a girl, and this was thrust into me this morning, saying blah 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 about fucking, my songs and all that. And the last line of it was spoilt somewhat by her saying, "Oh, by the way, I've just been released from hospital through depression."
The mentally ill admire.
No, I was gonna.
Indeed.
No, is it still?
but,
Is it radioactive still in Hiroshima?
What's he saying?
Well, I'm trying to say it. Is it radioactive in Hiroshima? Because I'd be worried about that. Is it still radioactive?
I don't think so. I didn't see any of the locals glowing like the Ready Break.
It must still be dangerous there.
70s.
Don't you travel with a Geiger counter? Lean out your bloody window and check the half-life. See what's going on.
I would.
No, I don't travel with a Geiger counter. But my guitarist, who's an American, he went to there's like a museum, and I don't know, is it a museum? We call it a museum, like a memorial park where the bomb actually dropped.
Oh, bloody hell!
He went to have a look at his countryman's handiwork. The bastard.
I got on with him. He was a sensitive bloke, that guitarist of yours. It must be difficult for him being dragged around the world by you. He's sensitive.
He said to me, hey man, yeah, I was talking to Russell last night. He's like, yeah, he's a cool dude. I said, he's a fucking bellend.
He's the most sensitive
speak to
member
him.
of that band.
But yeah. So anyway, so what's happening? The
Well,
podcasts.
we've
How
had
many-
quite
is
a...
anybody listening?
No, people don't listen to this
Ask him
anymore.
what he thinks about Lauren Harry's
What do
rumours.
you, well, we're trying to handle a sensitive way, because this Lauren Harries, you know, the antiques lad off Wogan, who's now a transgender
Oh, yeah.
person, keeps saying, I've give her one.
Said you had sex with him.
Her, and... Yes. And but I actually didn't know. I actually didn't. So we're trying to think of...
Why does she think you did that?
Because she's lying to sell a single. I wouldn't be surprised if you started saying it.
A single?
She's
What,
got a-
is he
She, no.
record out.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Record out.
Exactly. She's got a record out
God.
called I Done It With Old Russ. And she keeps saying that we done it for promo purposes, and I'm trying to sort of deny it, but without getting into bullying. And I now realise my naivety in involving you in a strategy that required sensitivity.
I think you sent Big Danny round.
Oh, right, get roughed up.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm glad I came to you, Noel, as a wise elder statesman of the world of entertainment. With
Thank
your...
you very much.
Yeah.
That's
All
what I'm
right.
here for.
Fantastic legal advice. When are you going to be back?
I'm back on the 18th for a couple of weeks, and then I'm off to America for about 6 weeks.
That's hard touring, isn't it?
Oh,
You remember that place? You were quite popular there for, what, a fortnight, weren't you?
Oh, he's very good, isn't he?
Yeah, he's very good.
He's very cruel. Cruel man. Very cruel. All right, we'll see you get back. Thanks for taking a phone call from us when you're quite clearly tired and possibly on drugs.
I'll see you when I get back.
All right, mate.
See you later, Noel.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye. Bye. There we go. It's Noel Gallagher there. 9 minutes of pure gold from the mastermind behind the 90s. And
The
indeed.
sign's been held up and I have to do something.
Go on. Do what you've got to do, Matt. Do
Go.
what you do best.
Go to meundies.com/brand and get 10% off your first order and free shipping on MeUndies. Comfortable underwear that will fit you perfectly and literally pull moisture away from your skin so you stay cool.
I
That's
can't believe that they
MeUndies.
use that as part of a selling point. That it's
No,
like
but
a
they're really.
succubus.
I've seen the pictures of them, and they're cool, sort of
Evaporated,
fashionable
yeah.
underwear. But they keep going on about the fact that they will dry your genitals out.
Fair enough. Yeah. They'll be dry as a bone time we're finished with them.
A bit like a pine cone.
I mean, all right if when you put the pants on, your genitals are sopping wet for some reason, covered in goop.
Oh dear.
Oh, God. Here's an email from Dan. Russell, if you're truly ready for kids, I've got two I'm willing to not sell, but certainly lease. They've developed attitudes in the arena of getting ready in the morning. Dan, what would you do with two leased kids? Just live a normal life, really. I think I'm going to have my own kids. I'll be good at being a dad, will I?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, you got to do it yourself. They don't get PAs to do it.
Why?
Because you won't engage with it fully. You won't. I don't mean it. I mean with parenthood, not the child.
Right.
But you got to do stuff for yourself.
Hurl yourself into it.
Yeah, you got to get involved, and then you'll build a stronger bond.
What if I get too attached to it and then it lets me down later in life?
Well, it will, but you can't get too attached to your own child. You gotta hold back. I won't put you to bed tonight and read you a story just in case you get too attached. But, the stairs are over there. Put yourself to bed. I'll see you in a fortnight.
Look, I feel very fond of you, young Murphy.
Well, I can see you're crying, so a firm handshake, and then it's off to bed with you. Little Mr. Brand.
Now, young Master Brand, what's all this blabbing, eh? Sobbing and silly business. Now, which one's your mum? Well, you tell her about these problems. And I'll see you in a month. And here's a shiny penny for each tear you've shed. Here's an email from Sean. Hello, Russell and Matt. I watch your truths every day and think you are right, mainly. I just discovered the podcast and crack up when Matt tells the stories of his naughty dog. What this person is referring to is the time that you manually stimulated a dog
By
to
accident.
orgasm for fun. All right.
You've done sexual things with a dog, I remember.
What? What did I do that's sexual at a dog?
You had stuff on your hand and you made the dog eat it. And also, you were in bed with a girl and a dog rimmed you.
Right. For the record,
That was a bad one.
on a show that we've done so well,
Were you there, G?
clearing up on the Lauren Harries problem, you have now brought to the fore a time when I fed a cupped palm of sperm to a lap dog, and another time when, because of Puff Daddy's recommendations, I ended up in bed with a girl that had a dog called Nobu and the dog called... Oh, I was with a woman and there were other women in the house, so I just assumed one of them had joined, and when I looked down in the offending area, there was
What a big head. He's having sex. Something starts nuzzling his back door and he goes, someone else must have joined. Yeah.
Oh, dark. Oh, dark.
It's so big-headed. Not to go, oh, what's that, a dog? Just to think, it's probably someone from probably one of the neighbours. Just let herself in, if it is a woman. She's very good. He's got a wet nose.
very healthy. All right.
Might as well have a look back there. Oh, that's a dog, who cares? Dr. Doolittle.
help but feel
can legitimately call her a bitch.
It's not sexist. It's just accurate. Okay, let's summarise what we.
What?
call
That's
a
not the
podcast.
end.
What do you want? End on a high note?
Is that really the end?
Kierkegaard? Yeah.
God, time flies when you're having
When you're
work.
condemning a man. Let's summarise what we call a podcast using the poetic skills of Mr. G. Here he is.
Okay. Whoa. All right then. That's deep.
What about when we were talking about whales having
gone.
legs?
This could take a
What
while.
about when we were
Giggles,
talking
got
about whales having vestigial legs, right?
Yeah,
And
little
whales
floppy
have legs inside their bodies from when they used to
Blubber.
be on land.
Yeah.
And G said, do you reckon if a whale saw its little legs, it would get turned on by them or not like them and try and chew them off?
G said that.
Yeah.
Gee, that's a weird thing you said.
Hey man, those were crazy days.
It's about 2 weeks ago.
5 minutes ago, yeah.
Do your poem.
All right, this poem's called
sake.
Our World. Our world is shaped by ideas and words, some magnificently beautiful, others tragically absurd. Twin souls remain floating, sharing a body of devotion, charming a single snake committed to sparkle motion. To reach across dialing tones, forming bonds of brotherhood. Conversations now recorded, OBL misunderstood. We seek the chronicles of Japan and tales of ancient matters, leaving doors unlocked and breaking down all barriers, for our world is shaped by ideas and words. Some are magnificently beautiful, others tragically absurd.
Woo!
Mr. G! If you think about it, every bit of the show has been summarised there brilliantly by a poet.
Yeah.
Well done, because he was cracking up in
I
songs.
couldn't bring the dog. I couldn't bring the dog in.
It was too late.
It's too late in the dog, but you know.
Oh dear, that was silly. All right.
Who's winning the poem?
The poem, of course, must go to the person that Noel Gallagher stop signed in the street. You will get your poem, Michelle Gilbertson. Your email's here. We'll send you that poem electronically and physically as well, signed by the three of us. Happy with that show, Matthew?
Yeah, I think I'm really struggling with these adverts.
Yeah. What do you mean? You want to step in? What do you want?
There's a bit of support.
From old Russ,
Yeah,
who I live inside of.
yeah, him.
Okay, well maybe next week I'll support
Because
you.
otherwise we're going to get back to the old no advertisers weeks.
Well, how come it came back? Because I didn't change nothing.
That's true, but I think we lowered our standards.
Right. Well, that's the worst thing. You're worse than me.
No,
are you
edit this.
saying?
I think we raised our standards.
There you go.
I'm off to Las Vegas in me undies. Bye.
Brought to you by Audio Boom.